Now, this may upset a few people, or a lot of people. You see, 99% of golfers get this totally wrong, and they hate it. And they hate it now. Hi everyone, my name's James Robinson and welcome to this YouTube channel. Guys, in today's video, I'm going to show you something which so many golfers hate and get totally wrong. Hopefully you'll learn a little bit from this video and you may well see just what I mean. Because you see guys, most golfers enjoy hitting golf balls, and I'd go as far to say most golfers enjoy the odd bit of practice. But this is what so many golfers get wrong. When that practice turns productive, golfers sometimes hate it because nobody wants to admit that the 7-iron doesn't go 150 yards. Let me explain a bit more. Oh, Chris is here to practice as well. How are you?
Freezing.
It's a bit cold, isn't it? Oh dear.
Just ran though to get my heart rate up.
Because you see guys, depending where you practice or even where you go for your lessons and fittings, you get the benefit of using a TrackMan, a GC quad, a flight scope, anything like that. But what you have to do is listen to what the technology is telling you, because Chris, I've had this so often when I'm teaching, when I'm club fitting, it's broken because I hit it further than that.
Yeah, true. I mean, I've just had a lesson earlier on and she was struggling to get the same distance she sees on the course. But again, the numbers there right in front of you from TrackMan are to within, I believe, half a yard.
And I must admit, the amount of times that I've seen people out on the course on playing lessons go long doesn't quite outweigh the amount of people that leave it short, depending on your strike, depending on your club head speed, spin rates, all the rest. So today, Chris, we're going to have a little bit of a competition to see how close we can get to our desired yardage. We're going to go pitching wedge 7-iron driver here at Waterfront Golf Club.
We're not, we're going to go pitching wedge 6-iron driver.
We are, sorry, I apologise for that.
Because I don't have a 7-iron.
You don't have a 7-iron, you're right. Do you want to go first?
Yep, so pitching wedge, normally what I'd like or what I'd expect from this is 135 yards.
Okay.
So, let's see if I'm right or wrong.
Great strike to start with.
First shot of the day. Now let's see, what have we got?
This. We have a lovely ball flight to the right, 125. Now this is interesting because this is often what people will see. Now it's so important when you're doing this to think about the logics of it. Chris, have you hit any golf balls yet today?
No, that's the first one on the hockey.
That's the first one Chris has hit, so this is almost treating it like a warm-up. Also, what's the temperature like today, Chris?
Freezing.
It's quite cold. One thing people might say is, well, using range balls, so that's obviously going to have an effect, and it will, but I believe TrackMan will be normalised for the golf ball?
Correct, so it's normalised for the golf ball, it's normalised for the conditions, so the weather it will take into account, and it will also, this range is slightly uphill, but it will base it on it being a flat driving range.
Will it take into account your cold muscles?
Well, it will not take into account that. But this is it, once you've warmed up, it's better to then go into this and see, but here you'll start to see, hopefully over the next couple of shots, that it will get slightly longer. So yeah, not a bad strike, not the best strike, but straight.
If you're honest with yourself, do you reckon that's your 135?
I don't think that is. I think it's 128.
Oh, 128 on the nose.
What, I'm here
Tell you what, Chris,
week.
I'm going to have a go. We don't need to hit too many of these to prove the point to people.
Right, so it's pitching wedge for you. So
this is my pitching wedge.
Expecting?
Mine's around 125 to 130. I'm not going to hold my hands up and say that I hit it as far as you, Chris, because I don't. And that's one of the things that so many golfers hate. You need to know how far you hit it.
A good strike.
Tiny bit left, is it, from where we're aiming?
Yeah, a little bit.
Looking at it, I think that'll be around 125, like I said. 119, so tiny bit low. And then it's starting to think, why was that shot short? I think that was a little bit of dynamic loft, actually. It seemed to pop up. Can I reduce that? Straight away, that's a better shot.
Better shot, yeah.
And I think that's going to be
124.
Yeah, I think that's more like the yardage I was claiming.
Oh, 121.
121, right. One more.
Is that an old phone company? 121.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, 121.
Trivia of the day, what is 121 now called?
3. I don't know. I don't know what's that. 116 again. So already there, I'm starting to think I'm not swinging that fast today or striking it that well. The strikes felt okay, so I'm going to go on the basis that I'm not swinging that fast.
Correct. And the only one thing that TrackMan doesn't take into account is the mat. So the mats are normally on a driving range mat, the ball will pop up slightly, so it might not go as far. But people will come and say, well, it's 20 yards shorter. Okay, it might be for James there. It's 5-10 yards underneath max, but he also is a little bit cold. So I'd say the worst, it's going to be 5 yards difference, but that will be just because of the mats. But the rest of it, it is pretty good.
And also, guys, one thing that I do see here is if I would have got in and said, I hit my pitching wedge 140 yards, do you? Like, that's one of the big things that I'm trying to get across in this video. Golfers sometimes think these machines are broken or they're not working, primarily because you're not happy with what you're seeing. Right, 6 iron.
Correct. And the one thing there, like I said with James, is when you do come, if you do come down to Royal Waterfront and you're using the TrackMan range, start to look more at your carry numbers. A lot of people go for fixed on obviously how long they hit it. I see it a lot with drivers. People go, well, I hit my driver 300 yards. Yeah, but it's pitching at 260. So if there's a bunker at 260, it's going in the bunker.
Yeah.
Or the water.
Right, 6 iron.
So we'll change club to 6 iron.
And how far are you claiming for this?
I'm going to say this on. I'm going to say
with your power bat.
I'd like to say 180, but I'm going to go 175.
Oh, that is struck lovely, isn't it?
Slightly towards the toe, but
can't tell with these power bats, can you? What's it telling us there? Oh, 168, 174.
Yeah, so pretty much where I'd expect for hitting 2 shots today. But yeah, you can start to see how here I know pretty much my yardage. I know in the summer when it's a little bit warmer, and as you all know, when you come to the season, it will go a little bit further. So do it in the winter to get a rough estimate of your winter conditions, and then it's definitely before the season going for a checkup and making sure you know your yardages, because it's no good in the first 3 or 4 medal rounds when you're hitting your irons 10 yards further and you're flying everything along.
Yeah, I reckon that's a 171 carry, that one.
I think that's a bit longer. Yeah, I think that'll go 177 total.
177 total, and we have 178 carry.
Oh,
so you're starting to get a little bit looser now. Right, I'm going to have a go with the 6. I'll use your 6 as well, if we're using the power bats.
What, to try and get a few?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I reckon it's a 1 today. So a lot of people who watch my videos will know 165 for me is usually a 7 iron. I think today, outside, cold, I think this is more a 170, ideally.
Again, launched a little bit higher than normal.
Yeah, I quite enjoyed it for a shot though, so interesting to see what distance that gives us.
164 gone 168. 164 gone 169. When you've got it, you've got it. And I've got it. A little bit better. 167 gone 171.
I can't believe how good you are at this. What have we got? Oh, 170, 176. So again, we're kind of on the numbers that I'm claiming to be. Yeah. The first one wasn't quite as good a shot, so it's going to be down. But it's so important to think, right, why was it down? The strike wasn't quite there. It was a little bit out of the toe and it went a little bit left. So you work on what you know you need to work on to get that back, to get your proper numbers. And this is where we get some fun, Chris.
Oh, yes.
Because I'm going to go this bad boy as well.
And I'll still be 30 yards past you.
Oh, all right.
I wouldn't be 30.
You changing the club, or?
I'll change the club, correct, to driver. And again, it's essential that you do change the club, like James pointed out there, because it's working out, it's converting the ball, so it has to be the correct club to convert.
Yeah, it's looking for that window of trajectory, ideally, I think, isn't it?
Correct. So this, I mean, I'm saying here, 280.
What carry?
No, 270 carry. Maybe not
cold.
265.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's a cold day for that.
265.
That's as good as he's got, in fairness.
That wasn't bad. I was just looking at that plane, to be honest. But
be us next week, that.
You better believe it.
I think that is pretty much as good as you've got. Don't give me that. 261, 280 total.
I got 280. I just, yeah, I mean, 4 yards short of the carry.
You know this has turned into a long drive competition, don't you?
Oh, I can feather this one out a bit further.
Yeah, I must admit, you usually get me with a long drive.
I'll tell you what, my hamstrings. Right.
Oh, that was a bit of recoil as well.
Put my arm out on that one.
What have we got here? We have 268, yeah, so that's more like it. And that's where you do have to think, what's the weather like? How warm am I? All the things we've said, everything above, you're not always going to hit it, your optimum yardage, in winter especially. Right, I need to...
No, but the good news is with the TrackMan, it will, if you log in with your own account, it's going to give you your average. So if you hit 10 drives, we all hit some bad ones,
yeah.
But it'll average it out to roughly what we're going to get. What we're saying now, 260?
Yeah, I think 260 for me today, I'll take that as well. It's
what
not
carry?
Yeah, I think usually I'm a 275-ish carry.
That is dubious. Downwind and downhill. Oh, I mean, that's a bit high on the face.
Yeah, that was high and a bit toey.
It's a high riser. What we're saying, 254
yeah,
on 260. Oh, 253 on 275.
And look, you can see that if we get on the... Can you see that on the face?
Oh,
there?
Just, yeah.
So if I get...
This is yours. Oh, getting a bit high. I reckon a little bit more. I reckon 259 carry.
Oh, that is quite remarkable. 279 total. So guys, there you go. So many golfers hate that and so many golfers get that wrong. I thought it was very important just to show you guys when you do come and practice and you do get to use a TrackMan, a launch monitor, anything like that, make sure you know what you're looking for, make sure you know your proper numbers, not just your ideal numbers, because they can be very different. Chris, thank you very much for your time.
No problem.
Right, see you tomorrow.
See you there.
Same time tomorrow. Bye.